Why are people anti-Catholic? Have you ever noticed how people can talk about religion, different beliefs, practices, even disagreements, and it's fine? But the moment someone says, "I'm Catholic," something shifts. Sometimes people get uncomfortable, sometimes defensive, sometimes even angry. So why is that? Let's be honest, some of it makes sense. There are people who've been hurt by individuals in the church, by serious scandals that never should have happened, or by teachings that were delivered without love, clarity, or context. Some have walked away feeling judged, confused, or deeply disappointed. The wounds are real, and the church, being made up of human beings, have made real mistakes. But there's another kind of anti-Catholicism too. There are people who've never been Catholic, who've only seen short clips, online warnings that the church is pagan, offensive, or controlling. And then there are people who have been raised Catholic, but never really taught what the church believes. They might say things like, "The church worships Mary," or "Catholics think they earn their way to heaven," or "The Bible isn't important in Catholicism." But none of that is true. A lot of the time, it's not rebellion that drives people away, it's confusion. And honestly, that's on us. Not teaching people what the church actually says has left generations with a distorted picture of their own faith. So now we have people rejecting Catholicism, but sometimes they're rejecting a version that doesn't even exist. At the same time, cultural forces have been shaping the narrative for centuries. During the Reformation, harsh accusations were thrown at the church, and many of them stuck. In books, in pulpits, in movies and TV shows, the Catholic villain became a trope, and the church was cast as rigid, superstitious, obsessed with guilt and candles. And that image still lingers even among people who've never read a catechism or spoken with a faithful Catholic. But here's what's often missed. A lot of what people criticize about the church are actually signs of her strength. People say the church doesn't change. It's true, because she holds to truth even when it's inconvenient. They say she's full of rules. Also true, but every deep love requires boundaries. They say she claims to have authority. Yes, and that authority comes from Christ himself, passed down through the apostles. And maybe that's the real tension. In a world that says, "You do you, believe whatever, define your own truth," the church quietly says, "There is truth. It's not an idea, it's a person, and his name is Jesus." So if you're skeptical of the church, or even angry, I'm not here to argue. I'm just asking, are you rejecting what the church actually is? Or maybe someone else, maybe even unknowingly, told you what it was? Because the real church, she's not perfect, but she's still here. She's proclaiming the gospel, still offering the Eucharist, still forgiving sins, still inviting people home, even those who feel like they don't belong, even those who walked away years ago, even those who were never taught what they were leaving behind.